Are you ready?
Yeah, feel free, guys.
Okay, so, can you explain to me what's going on?
So in terms of what's going on right now, we've got a whole bunch of people from a whole bunch of different backgrounds getting together in an occupation of Toronto in solidarity with all the other occupations around the world in hopes of making real lasting change in the way that this world operates. And in terms of getting to the specifics of that, it might be difficult because behind us right now we're having a general assembly where we democratically come to a consensus on the issues that we're facing, and this is only day 4, so it is going to take a bit of time, but there's a bunch of people who've set up tents, there's a bunch of committees that are representing different aspects of this movement, things like legal, things like media, things like medics, things like information, and there's probably 15 that I haven't mentioned. Just because there's so many people. We have volunteers like crazy, we have the food tent over there, we're taking care of each other. Which is something that, you know, outside of this park you don't see happen too often. So this is a very large community of you know, loving people and caring people who all strive for change in this world.
Can you explain to me the idea behind the 99% and the 1%?
Okay.
It's kind of simple, but...
Alright. So the 1% would be classified as the top earners in this world, the people who control the most money. And you know, these are typically people who make over $350,000 a year, and yeah, a lot of them a lot of them are familiar with certain laws that are, I mean, it's completely legal what they do, but this isn't information that's given to the public, so they can exploit it to our disadvantage. And the 99% is the people who we're trying to represent here, the people who have been let down by those people who are in the higher positions in society and who, in my personal opinion, and this doesn't reflect the movement as a whole, but in my personal opinion, have entered into a social contract by getting to the point they're at. Because without the taxpayers' money, you know, nobody's going to teach these people to go to school, who is going to in turn, you know, like, for instance, Rupert Murdoch, he owns a media conglomerate, he owns newspapers all around the world. Well, it's our tax dollars that are teaching people how to read, right? And if it wasn't for our tax dollars going to school systems for people how to read, well, then nobody would be buying his newspapers, right? So he has a social contract and a social obligation to give back from what we've provided for his empire to exist, and he's not doing that. And I mean, like I said, that's a very small example. But yeah, the 99% is everybody who has faced oppression, everybody who has you know, had a hard time looking for a job, or faces debt, or cares about the environment, and not to say that the 1% don't do these things as well, because we definitely don't want to exclude them. There's definitely people in the 1% who are very supportive of what we're doing. But there's a small contingent of people who have power and make the rules and don't want to share because, in my opinion, again, doesn't represent the movement as a whole, but in my opinion, these people value greed more than love, and I question where their humanity is.
Now, can I ask, like, why are you guys personally here? Like, what made you drawn to this movement?
I think it's, for me personally, it's the collective conscience. You know, it's something that I think a lot of people have been feeling, and it's been suppressed for a while. And people have been afraid to, like, you know, or like taking these steps. And now that, you know, there's people who are doing it, and more people are coming, and it's like that fear is kind of being let up. And now we're here, and we're collectively talking and communicating with each other, for each other, to give ourselves and our children's, you know, children a better place to, you know, grow, and to, you know, we are blessed. We're living a dream, you know, we're floating on a planet right now, you know, we're literally living a dream, but yet it's not a dream, and we have dreams inside of our head of what we want to accomplish. Now we're trying to turn those dreams into reality, you know, trying to turn back, and, you know, because I believe, I personally believe that the way the system is, that's the past system. It's a whole different section of what we need and what we know now, and how to deal with what we have. So now is a new change in consciousness. We're starting to realize what we can do and what we can't do, and how to sustain ourselves. And there's so many ideas, so many different, you know, options, different ways, and it seems like we're kind of stuck in a rut. But well, at least we know that. And now we're kind of trying to, come together, and things are moving. People are here, people are talking. Everywhere you look, there's conversations about love, peace, harmony, tranquility, how to live, how to do this, how to balance. Just trying to balance everything out for the better of all people. Yeah, everyone gets a fair chance. So.
And why are you here?
This is the first organized peaceful protest that I've ever been to, and my heart has always been in the spot where I believe that we can do better. We all have the humanity inside of us, and when you look at someone who's feeling down, or someone who's homeless and hasn't eaten anything, or I question why that happens, right? And ever since I was very young, I used to have a very big issue with kids going hungry, because I didn't go hungry. I never went hungry. I had a family that supported me. I had a bed to sleep in. I had meals on the table every night, and I question why I was so lucky. Why is that where I'm coming from? Why do I get to eat while there's kids all over the world who are starving? And I've had many conversations where people have tried to explain that to me, but I still don't understand why it happens. I'll never understand why it happens, because we have the strength as people, as individuals who have feelings and emotions and the ability to go out and make change. I will never understand why things like that happen, because we can do better. And I think right now, for the first time in history, first off, this is a global movement. This is something that's happening all around the world. So at the end of the day, it's not just Toronto. I mean, I think it's over 1,000 communities are currently occupying. So this is first and foremost a global movement, and we're afforded that luxury of being able to have this movement exist simultaneously around the world because of the technology that we have right now. And we have things like social media, we have cell phone cameras to capture injustices that are happening on citizens. We have the internet so that we can pull up any document we want and research our rights and research the things that are afforded to us. And because of that, and because it's global, and because of the technology and the ability that we have, and this is the first time it's really happening, it is our responsibility to make it happen and use those tools that we have at our disposal to get the word out and to talk and to communicate and make that change, because it's our responsibility as people. Like, it doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't have to do with as much money that you have in the bank. It doesn't have to do with your ethnicity or race or age or sex or whatever. You're a human. Your heart beats. And if your heart beats, you should recognize that everyone else's heart is beating too. And when their heart beats, you feel something from that. Feel the spirituality involved. Feel the emotion involved. Feel the life and the love that's involved in that. And don't get caught up in the material possessions. Like that'll never fulfill you. If you're looking for fulfillment in a new sweater or a new iPod or the TV show that's coming on tonight, like, you're looking in the wrong place. And your fulfillment comes with the people that you meet and the friends that you develop and the spirituality and the fulfillment, the wholeness that comes in your heart. And people need to figure that out. People, this is a good start. This is a great start. Like, we're communicating, we're opening up dialogue, we're talking about issues as opposed to what was on last night, or, all the distractions that we have in this world. They're being ignored here. So there are no distractions. The only distractions come from us trying to come to consensus about the issues. And there's a lot of people here with a lot of different issues, and we want to hear from everybody. Right? We want to hear everybody's position and form not only what the issues are, but what are the causes of these issues, and what are the the root causes, and how can we get back to solving these issues. And like I said, this is day 4. We're on our 4th day right now, and an analogy that I kind of like to throw out, because there's a lot of people out there wondering what we're doing and why we're here and how come there's no demands yet. Well, capitalism, the system that we're currently working on, it wasn't built in 4 days. So how do you expect us to replace that system in 4 days? Give us some time to communicate. Give us some time to let that love seep through this park and into the city. And because people walk by here every day and people see what's going on, and every march we go to, if we go out with 800 people, we'll bring back 1,000. And those extra 200 people who weren't part of this are going to view what's going on here. They're going to talk to their friends and neighbors and coworkers, and that the first step is raising awareness, and while we're raising awareness and while we're bringing this out into the forefront of people's minds, we're also debating the discussion and trying to come up with those conclusions. But like I said, it's the 4th day. This is going to take some time, but everyone's in it for the long haul. We're all, you gotta. For those I love, I will sacrifice. For those I love, I will sacrifice, and that's what it comes down to. I don't mind sleeping in a tent out in the cold because it means that I get to speak for those people who can't be here, and bring equality to the world. Like,
this is a blessing.
It is a blessing.
This is truly a dream. The whole world is flipped upside down here in this wonderful place. Everywhere you look, there's people, like I said, communicating, people meditating, people, all different places doing different things, dancing with each other, playing drama games in the middle of this beautiful circle all night long. Yeah. So this is community. There's so many neighbors. I live around this area. There's so many neighbors within this area that obviously I don't know. I barely know any of my neighbors. But now I have so many. Yeah. I have so many neighbors. I have you guys now. You guys are my neighbors.
That's right.
This is our home. This is our home. This is our place.
And this is our family.
Yeah, this is our family. We are all family.
Yeah, and
one and all in one, man. We're all in it together.
Yeah. Exactly. Like when your kids grow up, what world do you want them to live in? Do you want them to live in the world where they have a chance, or the world where they're going to get forced into debt? And like I have a job, I work. I'm not a homeless guy who has no education. I have 2 college diplomas. I've gone to college twice. I should have a spot in this world based on the things that I was taught while I was growing up. I should have a job available in my field. But it's not there, and I can't point the finger at an individual and say that's your fault, but the system, there's an issue with the system, and in the way that the wealth gets collected, and in the way that the opportunities get denied, and and that needs to change, and that's part of why we're here. Opportunities get denied.
Okay, so this will be my last question. Okay. If you could ask for things from like the outside community, like people, what you need, like what are some things that people can do to support this cause?
Okay. Well, if you can't make it to a specific occupation, hang a white flag out your window with the words "Occupy Together" on it to show solidarity. Show the world that just because you're not in the park doesn't mean that you're not a part of it. That's right, exactly. As for material things that we need, batteries are very important. I think we've got a lot of the food taken care of. We have quite a few food sponsors. Maybe you want to go to the specific committees and ask them what they need directly, because there's a lot of different committees who need a lot of different things. Sleeping bags, tarps, blankets, things to keep us warm for the winter, because winter is coming, and we're still going to be here when that happens. So we'd rather be comfortable than not, obviously. And just if you can get out here, even if it's for 15 days or 15 hours or 15 minutes, come out and just enjoy it and just see what kind of community that we're spreading. And forward those Facebook links and forward those Twitter links and forward those videos to people who are interested and who might not know what we're talking about, and who might not be willing to come down and experience it themselves. At least give them a part of the culture that we're developing, because this is the real deal. This isn't some hippie commune where everybody's just wasting their time. This isn't some refuge for the homeless where we can get free meals. This is everybody from all walks of life enjoying each other's company and trying to make a difference in a very spiritual and loving and whole way. It's like it's incredible. Like I wouldn't trade this for anything. So just being here makes me feel like I'm part of something. And that's not even including the fact that I'm participating in several committees and getting several things organized. Just feeling the energy and the electricity in the air when you walk in should be enough to hook most people.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well I think I got like a lot from you guys. That was crazy. Okay, so
you got us talking.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like, it's simple questions but complex answers, which is good. Okay, so what I want to do, I guess, is that I want to get your contact information,
Absolutely, yeah.
And then that's it.
Also, I just want to make it clear that we're not official spokespeople for the movement. We're just 2 people who are enjoying the movement and participating in the movement. We don't have an official leader. We don't have any hierarchy of like rule. You
Yeah.
know, we have collaboration, and we democratically decide on the things that we wish to pursue as a collective. And it's not individuals that are making these decisions; it's the group that's making these decisions. So just to put that out there.
Yeah, totally.
Because we don't want to misrepresent the movement. We don't want to misrepresent ourselves. We just want to be completely transparent, completely honest with whoever's going to be watching us. So, you know, there's that, right?
Not a problem, because I like what that guy said in there. It was like, it's not leaderless, it's leaderful.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. And, you know, we've created a self-governing community. You know, we police ourselves, we govern ourselves, we feed ourselves, we help ourselves, and you know, it's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah, I'm astounded at the organization.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm dying. Okay, so I'm gonna go write down your information right now. If that's okay. Do you wanna? I don't know where you guys are going next. Like, did you?